Hello everyone, welcome back to Secrets Behind the Stars. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this video so you don't miss the latest from the world of Turkish entertainment. Tonight's story unfolds at one of the most glittering award nights of the season, a ceremony so lavish that even the invitation list set social media on fire. And at the heart of it all stood two names that always spark a frenzy when they appear together, Demet Özdemir and Kenyaman. Their decision to attend side by side as special guests didn't just raise the temperature, it turned the entire event into a moment fans had been manifesting for days. The evening took place in Istanbul, inside a grand venue glowing with chandeliers and drenched in warm golden light. Elegant flower installations lined the entrances, and the carpeted corridors hummed with the nervous excitement of nominees and the polished calm of established stars. The ceremony celebrated achievements across television, cinema, digital productions, and emerging talent, with a guest list that glittered from start to finish. Even before showtime, whispers traveled from table to table. Would Demet and Ken walk in together? Would they stop for photos? Would they speak about that rumored project? Every question fed the anticipation. By the time the red carpet opened, the barricades were lined with fans holding phones high, and journalists had already plotted the best angles. Photographers adjusted their lenses toward the entrance, as if the night's magic would begin the moment a particular car rolled into view. Then, just as the buzz reached a peak, a sleek black luxury car pulled up to the main drop-off. Heads turned. Conversations paused. The doors unlocked like a promise. Demet stepped out first, and the entire scene softened around her. She wore a gown that seemed to combine modern simplicity with sparkling restraint. A clean silhouette, delicate shimmer, and a train that followed her every step like a hush. The hue, somewhere between champagne and soft rose, played with the lights and made her features glow. Her jewelry was refined, not loud, as if it knew the power of a subtle finish. There was serenity in her smile and a confident ease in the way she moved, as if she were greeting a familiar stage rather than a crowd of flashing lights. Then Ken emerged, and the energy shifted into something grounded and undeniably charismatic. He wore a tailored suit cut to perfection, the kind of timeless black that photographs beautifully from every angle. The jacket hugged his frame just right, his shirt crisp, tie understated, and his signature presence, poised yet relaxed, pulled the cameras toward him without a single theatrical gesture. He looked like a leading man in a moment built for him. When they finally stood shoulder to shoulder, the red carpet erupted. The flashes intensified, painting the entrance in brilliant bursts of white. Demet tilted her head toward Ken as if to catch a remark over the noise, and he leaned closer, his hand hovering protectively near her back, just enough to steady the moment without stealing it. Fans behind the barriers shouted their names in waves, some calling out lines from their favorite scenes, others simply chanting together. Demet lifted her hand to wave, her expression warm and present, while Ken greeted the crowd with a nod and a few words that carried in his deep, steady tone. It felt like the line between fiction and reality blurred for a heartbeat. Their chemistry didn't need declarations. It was in the ease of a shared glance, the way they adjusted their steps to match each other's pace, the comfortable silence between them when they paused for photos. Clips of those seconds spread across social platforms almost instantly, slow-motion shots of Demet's dress catching the light, Ken's hand briefly resting at the small of her back as they moved, both of them laughing at something only they heard. Within minutes, the hashtags were already trending and comments flooded in from every corner of the world, praising their presence as if the night itself revolved around their arrival. Inside the main hall, conversations dimmed as they entered, replaced by the soft clink of glasses and a hum of curiosity that followed them to their seats. Colleagues from across the industry rose to greet them. Warm embraces, handshakes, the kind of kind-eyed congratulations exchanged between professionals who understand the weight of a year's work. Demet responded with that gracious focus she's known for, listening intently and offering genuine compliments. Ken's replies were measured and sincere, his gratitude visible in the way he acknowledged every word. You could feel why they are admired. It's not only the roles they play, but the respect they bring with them. The organizers had placed them close to the stage, a position reserved for those whose presence carries meaning beyond a single title or nomination. Throughout the ceremony, cameras cut to their reactions. Demet glanced at the stage with bright attentiveness, applauding performances and speeches with an open smile that said she recognized the work behind each trophy. Ken listened closely, nodding at lines that celebrated collaboration and empathy. When a young actor broke into tears during a thank you speech, both of them rose to give an earnest standing ovation that set off another ripple through the hall. Then came the moment the crowd had been waiting for. The host announced them as presenters, and the hall burst into applause. They walked to the stage in sync, the gentle sweep of Demet's dress keeping time with Can's steady steps. Under the spotlights, they shared a quick, almost conspiratorial smile. Demet read the opening lines with her usual grace, clear voice, poised rhythm, while Can added depth with his resonant tone, turning the presentation into a small performance. They volleyed the lines back and forth with a smoothness that felt instinctive, like two people who had found the same tempo long ago. The envelope was opened, the winner announced, and yet the lingering impression was their harmony. Backstage, a cluster of reporters waited, microphones lined up like a picket fence. Their brief press stop became an instant highlight. Demet spoke first about the honor of celebrating such a strong year for Turkish television and cinema, giving thoughtful nods to the creative risk-takers and emerging voices. Can emphasized the spirit of teamwork, how every powerful scene rests on the shoulders of writers, technicians, directors, and the energy on set. When someone asked, careful but bold, about rumors that they might reunite in a new drama, they exchanged a quick glance, the kind that sends the internet into a frenzy. Demet smiled and said they were excited about the future. Can added that when the time is right, good news has a way of finding its audience. That was all it took. The moment was clipped, reposted, translated, and dissected in countless languages within the hour. During short breaks in the program, the duo found time for the people who had waited in the chill of the evening to see them up close. They took photos along the corridor leading to the lounge, signed a few autographs, and traded quick words that made fans feel seen. Later, attendees posted about Demet's kindness, how she asked for names, how she complimented a handmade sign, about Can's steady eye contact and warmth, how he made a point to thank people for supporting them for years. It wasn't a performance, it was connection. The ceremony itself delivered on spectacle, dynamic musical numbers, heartfelt tributes, and a couple of unexpected winners that brought the room to its feet. And yet, even amid all the glittering moments, Demet and Can remained a quiet center of gravity. Their presence wasn't loud or showy, it was composed, in tune, elegant. The way they mirrored each other's mood. Laughing at the same moments, leaning in to share a comment, pausing to appreciate a particular line of a speech, added a kind of narrative thread to the night that many in the audience felt without needing to name. When the final award had been handed out and the last applause faded, they made their exit together. As they approached the doors, the frenzy reignited. Cameras flashed one more time, questions volleyed from every angle. Fans stretched their arms forward hoping to touch that moment just a second longer. Demet gathered her gown with care so as not to step on the hem, and Can, with that attentive gentleness that feels so natural to him, navigated her through the crowd. It was a small gesture, the kind people carry with them long after the evening ends, because it tells a story without a single word. Their car pulled away, but the night didn't end at the curb. Online, timelines turned into collages of their red carpet photos and stage moments. Edits appeared within minutes, slow zooms on their smiles, black and white cuts of the applause they received, side by sides with their most beloved scenes. Fans declared them the most elegant duo of the night, and debates began about what their teased reunion could look like, a modern romance, a thriller, a sweeping period piece. Others simply marveled at how the years haven't dimmed their synergy. If anything, it has made it richer. Clips of their presentation racked up massive views, with comments noting how seamlessly they shared the stage and how natural it felt to see them side by side again. Think pieces sprung up overnight, praising their ability to command attention without overshadowing the event, to bring warmth without turning the spotlight exclusively their way. In a night packed with winners and milestones, their presence became a kind of elegant frame around the entire evening. What made the ceremony unforgettable wasn't just who took home trophies or which performances brought down the house. It was the tone set by Demet Özdemir and Can Yaman, the charm that seemed effortless, the refined poise, the way their harmony deepened the glow of the night. They arrived like a promise, delivered a moment that felt bigger than a single appearance, and departed leaving almost everyone wanting just a bit more. For days, their photos stayed at the top of trending lists, and the conversation never quite cooled. People wanted to know what came next. And that's the magic of a night like this. Beyond the gowns and the speeches, there are those brief seconds when everything aligns. A glance that feels familiar, a laugh caught by the microphones, a shared cadence at the podium. Demet and Can gave the evening those seconds, simple, human, cinematic, and that is why this ceremony will be remembered as one of this month's most talked about events. If this is the energy they bring as guests, imagine what they might ignite when the cameras roll again. Thank you for watching Secrets Behind the Stars. If you love moments like these and want more updates on everything happening in Turkish showbiz, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. We've got more stories coming, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's next.